Hello and welcome to Trinity United Church and this worship service. I want to begin this morning with a word of congratulations to this congregation. A few months ago, at a congregational meeting, you adopted and took ownership of a new mission statement. We are Trinity, called to be an inspiring, spirit-filled community, reaching out to all and welcoming diversity. And then just this week, on a teleconference call with 74 attendees from this congregation, you adopted a vision. We are Christians working to be a vibrant, progressive, innovative, faith-filled congregation. Our doors and our hearts are open to all doubters, searchers, and believers. In our centrally located and well-maintained building, we will be a place of community where opportunities exist for everyone as we encourage and support each other on our individual faith journeys. This has been a challenging and exciting journey for this congregation, and you have committed yourselves to a ministry here at Trinity that I think is going to be equally challenging and exciting as we continue here in ministry. And now I invite you to quietly prepare yourselves for worship. We worship the God who inhabits our world and indwells our lives. We need not look up to find God. We need only to look around, within ourselves, beyond ourselves, into the eyes of another. We need not listen for a distant thunder to find God. We need only listen to the music of life, the words of children, the questions of the curious, the rhythm of a heartbeat. We worship the God who inhabits our world and who indwells our lives. And now I invite you to sing together with Johnny as he plays hymn number 582 from Voices United. 4 verses, 1, 3, 5, and 7. Let us pray. We are not God. Our God is within and beyond. God of all creation. Out of your being all things were made. Yet in all things your being is uncontained. Help us to see you within all things, within all people. Help us to know that you are beyond our understanding, beyond our imagining, from everlasting to everlasting. Amen. Today we have 2 readings. The first from the Acts of the Apostles, from the 17th chapter, beginning at verse 22. Then Paul stood in front of the Areopagus, and he said, "Athenians, I see how extremely religious you are in every way. For as I went through the city and looked carefully at the objects of your worship, I found among them an altar with the inscription, 'To an unknown God.' What therefore you worship as unknown, this I proclaim to you. The God who made the world and everything in it, he who is Lord of heaven and earth, does not live in shrines made by human hands, nor is he served by human hands, as though he needed anything, since he himself gives to all mortals life and breath and all things. From one ancestor he made all nations to inhabit the whole earth, and he allotted the times of their existence and the boundaries of the places where they would live, so that they would search for God and perhaps grope for him and find him, though indeed he is not far from each one of us. For in him we live and move and have our being, as even some of your own poets have said, for we too are his offspring. Since we are God's offspring, We ought not to think that the deity is like gold or silver or stone, an image formed by the art and the imagination of mortals. While God has overlooked the times of human ignorance, now he commands all people everywhere to repent, because he has fixed a day on which he will have the world judged in righteousness by a man whom he has appointed. And of this he has given assurance to all by raising him from the dead. And our gospel lesson today is once again from the Gospel according to John, reading from the 14th chapter, beginning at the 15th verse. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to be with you forever. This is the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive because it neither sees him nor knows him. You know him because he abides with you, and he will be in you. I will not leave you orphaned. I am coming to you. In a little while the world will no longer see me, but you will see me. Because I live, you also will live. On that day you will know that I am in the Father, and you in me, and I in you. They who have my commandments and keep them are those who love me. And those who love me will be loved by my Father, and I will love them and reveal myself to them. And now I invite you to join with Johnny in hymn number 49 from More Voices, When We Speak Language.